pairs, there's 3 sets of can that are taped together. Alright, so if you're fishing on your own, pick a can that's obviously just on its own and taped together. And obviously 53, Joe. That's the one.
Where's the numbers then?
On the bottom. On the bottom. Oh, you got
52.
the duff one. You've got the duff one. That means you just got to go home, right?
Don't know what that means. Don't know where that is. Guys, welcome to Thorpe Lea. So we're here, we've just done a little draw in a car park and I am swim 52. So I don't know anything really about the place, I've never been here before, but looking on the pontoon, apparently you follow these sort of lines across and that will show that I'm fishing out towards sort of this chap in this sort of area here, not the island, which is unfortunate, but I have seen a few fishermen in about. So anyway, it's looking good. We're all on one bank, which is nice, so we can have a nice sort of social area. And yeah, we're going to get them out. Bloody hell, bells. God, he fell through the flipping pontoon. Christ. I'm going to watch that after a few beers. Yeah, there's, like I say, social bank. And yeah, we're starting in about an hour. So I'm going to get everything sorted out. No rush, and then we'll get the rods in and see what we can do. Probably going to start with a couple of solid bags, just chuck them into the area where I'm seeing fish, and then later on, if nothing happens, then obviously we can have a lead around and find some areas. But for now, that's that. Be back in touch in a bit. Watching out for this plank. Right, so a little update. What I've done is basically just cast out 2 of the solid bags just to an area where I've seen the bubbling and in the shows. I've left them sort of good 2.5 hours and nothing's happened. So what I wanted to do is actually have a little lead around, because it's horrible not knowing what you're fishing on. So yeah, I've had a good lead around, now I know exactly where I am. So if I swing you round, what there is there's obviously an island out there. Now there's a big bar that runs out here. I don't know how far, obviously it's out my water, but my water's probably up to where this guy is, across to probably here. And that's from probably here to here is Joe's water to the side of me. And then Sean and Hugh probably from here to say, well, they've got a double swim, so they're probably just to the edge of the island that side. So yeah, so where I am, it's basically a bar. I don't know, like I say, how far it goes out, but it's about, can't be much more than 2 foot. It's really shallow. So I've got one at the very top of the bar. It's about 15 wraps, and I think that's pretty much where it starts. where the bar actually starts. And then what I've done is I've pulled it back. I think it's about 13, just over 13 wraps is where it's at the bottom of the shelf. So I'm guessing by the drop, probably about 8 foot. I'm sort of guessing, but I'm literally just at the bottom of that bar as well, and just at the top of it. So I've got sort of both bases covered. So we're only a 2 rod limit, because obviously there's loads of us, and there's going to be people getting wiped out if there's 3 rods. It's just too much. So that's basically a little update for now. I've gone for one little solid bag onto the top of the bar, and one on the bottom. I've just gone for a different rig. I'll show you it a little bit later. It's one that's been out a while, but I will show you it a little bit later. So hopefully we get a bite on that one, because that's something a little bit different. So I've not used it before. So anyway, got one on the bottom on that. So fingers crossed, something happens. But it's about sort of 3 o'clock now, but it's a bit of a lull. A couple of fish have been caught, but mainly up the other end. I'll actually tell a lie. We've had a couple this side, right in the corner there, and I think a couple right up the other end that side. So not a lot happening out in the middle yet, but they are showing, but ever so slightly further out. So we'll see. I'll put a couple of spoms over each spot just to see if we can entice them in, but no more than that. And we'll reassess a bit later on. Right, so a little evening update. So basically what I've done is just refreshed them. Same spots. So I've got one on the bar on this tall tree, and that's about 15, I think it's just over 15 wraps. The other one's into this little gap in the trees, pretty much where his mate swim is. Excuse the plane going over. Yeah, and that's just at the bottom of the shelf, so that's about 13 and a bit wraps. So one just on the bottom, one just on the top, and they're both on Amina Marine little wafters. So little barrel wafters, little 40 millers. So hopefully they'll get their heads down. I'll put a couple more spoms, probably about 5 or 6 spoms over each spot. Again, only little mini spoms. So hopefully there's just enough attraction around there to get a bite. If we do start getting a couple of bites, then obviously I can either mix from the top of the bar or the bottom. Now a few of the boys are fishing out a little bit further into the middle. So if they do start getting bites, then obviously I can, obviously mix it up and go a little bit further and see if we can get into them sort of areas. But for now, I don't see the point, because it's a big shallow bar, and I'm on the front of it and just at the bottom of it. Now we'll see. Only obviously time will tell. So hopefully we'll get ourselves a bite. But yeah, it's looking nice. It's been a hot day, so hopefully now that sort of sun's just dropping behind us, they might get their heads down. I think there's been, between all of us, I think there's only been 4 fish out. Ben's had a couple. I think Jack's had one far end, and Chris just down here has had one. But no one really across the middle has had anything. So I've not seen anyone across the other way have any joy either. So it looks like it's been quite a quiet day really across the whole lake. But hopefully now, as we're going into that sort of evening period and it's cooling off a little bit, we might have a little bit of luck. But yeah, so I'm going to get my dinner on the go. I'm going to have a couple of ciders, chill out, and hopefully we've got something to show you in the night. If not, I'll catch you in the morning. Right, good morning. Well, it was a quiet night, unfortunately. Well, for myself. But what I have done is I've now cast out some solid bags out at distance because that's where they're showing. The lads have just started catching around me, and I feel like I should be catching really. So what I've done, they all seem to be going long into that sort of middle zone. So yeah, I've just put 2 solid bags to around the sort of 20-25 wrap mark into that middle zone. So hopefully that'll do us a bite. If it does, I'll be back in touch in a bit. Right, so after a night of a blank, got 2 solid bags out of distance where they were showing, and it's rattled off. So I'm not going to keep it out too much longer because it's angry, it's fed up. Was that £18, I think?
18.7.
18.7, so beat me up like a 30-pounder.
Certainly did.
So yeah, there we go. I'll get some steels and get her home. Right, after that fish, just got that back, and Hugh's just been swimming in, and he's into one. So we'll swing around and show you that one. Certainly do have a little rock in here, that's for certain. Right, so what I've done is I've, after them solid bags, obviously, yeah, fishing solid bags out range, but I wanted to find a nice spot for the evening. So I've wound in, had a good lead around, and yeah, it's just silkweed really across the top of that bar, but that's where the fish are showing. So what I've opted for is I had a little hermit rig on one of them, so I'm tempted to keep that on, just to try something different. And then the other one's a little helicopter with a little Ronnie rig just popped up. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, a little hermit rig did have a little Ronnie rig on anyway, so I might just try that. But yeah, basically I'm going to go out. So it's 19 wraps, and we're onto the bar. That's where the sort of majority of the fish are showing. So yeah, I've clipped up to that, and I've got the rods out onto that spot now. So what I'll probably do is just get some bait in, and yeah, maybe another sort of couple of kilos over the two rods. Hopefully it will entice a bite, because Hugh's been doing it and it's got a couple of bites, so fingers crossed. Right, I'll be back in touch in a bit. Well, it worked. So yeah, I've just literally slipped back another one. So yeah, that was happy days. So yeah, it's funny, I was just casting out with the spom, and yeah, just went into meltdown. Luckily Jay was just walking past at the time, and yeah, managed to help me because I needed to get that spom in. And obviously, yeah, we got a little bit tangled, but anyway, we've got it sorted. Fair play, Jay, thank you, mate. And he got some pictures, so happy days. So what I'm going to do now is just, I've just put some more bait on, actually. Bait the area again, probably another 10 spoms over the 2 rods, both out to the same area. And yeah, got the rod back out. And I'm just going to finally have a little chill out and listen to the football, because the Mighty Royals are playing away at Port Vale. So I'm going to, yeah, chill out now, have a couple of beers, and yeah, listen to the football. And then after that, I think the plan is tonight about 6 o'clock, going to have a nice takeaway, having a catch up. Luckily we're having a little social here, so I can leave my rods out, which is lovely. But yeah, we'll do beer of the week. Right, catch you in a bit. I know, everyone's close and you're just proper tucked away. Mind you, it's decent, isn't it?
Yeah, if you were here on your own, it's a lovely little swim with this really nice sort of scenic place.
Yeah. That needs to go though, doesn't it? That's a killer.
If you have a look, my water is from the end of the island left.
Yeah.
So if I want to hit the end of the island,
You've
I've
got to
got
come round
a
here.
point and then quickly do that with a rod.
Oh, mate.
But it's a nice little swim.
Mate, there'd be spoms hanging all over the place if I was in there. To be fair, he took me out earlier, so it's payback now.
You got your other one as well. Got one in Sean right now.
Yeah, I've got my own. It's payback. All for a 10-pounder. Did it take both his out? Hey. Right, there we go. Well done,
Have
mate.
enough footage anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Hold the pin up for him.
Wet now. It's gone now.
Does anyone talk with me?
Everyone. Oh, no.
No, I'm only 5'8".
No one, that's
I was 5'10" when I left school.
funny, but
Dad, I'm short.
I know you're short.
Right, so this week's beer of the week is slightly different. We have Hugh from the Fishing Bloggers.
Hello.
And he's going to do us a little review.
So I've been told we've got to give a massive thanks to Dean Nicholson, I think it was, who suggested Thatcher's Blood Orange Cider. Not going to lie, I've had this once or twice before and it is wicked, but let's give it a try. Oh yeah, sweet and juicy. They've nailed it on the packaging. Dean, you're a legend.
Out of 10?
11.
Oh,
I'll
we
put it
go.
in a bottle.
this week's beer of the week is...
Thatcher's Blood Orange Cider.
Right, so after that fish, which yeah, it was quite funny, we were all having a nice KFC, and yeah, rudely interrupted, shall we say. So yeah, had to go and get that one, but yeah, we had a good laugh of it and had a group photo and stuff like that, so that was nice. And yeah, so anyway, what I've done now is got the rods back out, back on that same spot, 19.5 wraps. And yeah, they're fishing. So what I've done is put the rest of the bait in, and I've got them back on the spot, and one's on a hermit and one's on a little Ronnie rig, so on a helicopter. So we'll see which goes. The last one was on the hermit, so yeah, and it was a 1-noter, so I can't really judge off it yet, but we've had a take and we've hooked it. So yeah, it's something I wanted to try, the hermit. Never tried it before, and with hit and run leg clips are nice and neat and tidy, so thought we'd give it a bash. So yeah, that's that. It's been a great crack, and yeah, I think we've got a good chance to get some more bites. So I need to turn these lights off because I'm getting absolutely invaded by mosquitoes, so I'm going to leave it there, finish my cider, get me head down, and hopefully we've got something to show you tonight. If not, I'll catch you guys in the morning. Where will be the last one of the session? It's probably the smallest, but it's a lovely little one. Put the oyster up, I'll show you. Scan you back. When I get back, I'm not going to bother recasting. I'll just leave this rod in now. Maybe do a first light. Got the oyster up. She'll behave. She's tense. Right, let's look back and see if we can catch one more.
Okay.
Right, my old mince pies, absolutely shattered. Right, finally got myself a little common. So it's I think this is the 5th one, lost one. So yeah, it's probably the last one if I'm honest. We've got about 3 hours to go. I'll hoist her up. There we have it. So yeah, it's probably my favourite one of the session, to be honest, because it's nice to get common. I think there's only been 2 caught out of all of us, so lovely jubbly. Right, I'm going to slip her back and start packing up. Right, so a little tweak to the hit and run leg clip that I've been using on this session. So what I've decided to do is create essentially the hermit rig. Now you can probably see that there we've got a piece of pole elastic, and that's just pulling back. It's giving that a nice sort of bungee effect, and obviously I haven't got the rig on, but I'm using a Ronnie rig, and that's just pulling back, and hopefully it's bricking them, because yeah, we've got 2 so far on it. So yeah, all I've done is I've tied, you can see there, I've tied the pole elastic to the swivel, and then I've just threaded it back up through the top of the leg clip. Now all I've done, rather than threading it through the main body of the leg clip and then holding it in place with the tail rubber, I've actually threaded it through the top, and then I've created that loop. It's the same as the silk ray that we've got on the actual leader itself, and I've just looped it off, and it just looks nice and neat and tidy there. So yeah, and then it's just got enough play for probably 3 inches of movement in that pole elastic before it probably snap. Yeah, and it's just giving that snapback effect. And yeah, it's managed to get me 2 fish so far on the bank, so we'll continue using it and see if we can get any more. Right, so it's about 8 o'clock now, guys. We've got to be off by 10. So yeah, I'm going to finish my tea, have a slow pack down. I haven't got really anything sorted yet. Just trying to dry some stuff out from them 2 fish last night. So I had one at about 2 o'clock in the morning, and then yeah, one about 5:30. So didn't manage to get back to bed. So the bags under the eyes are the reason for that. Yeah, absolutely cream cracker. But I've really enjoyed myself. Been a good crack. Been a really good social sort of swim here because we've got Hugh and Sean next door, and then obviously Joe's just the other side. So it's, yeah, we've all had a good crack and a good laugh. And yeah, like last night was nice for all the boys to come round and have a bit of a social and catch up. So yeah, been really good. So what we're going to do is just have a reel in. Going to meet up in the car park, do a presentation for the biggest fish, which it looks like it's going to go to Jack because he's caught an absolute cracking 30-pounder. So fair play, mate. Well done. It's a beauty. So yeah, fair play to Thorpe Lea. It's been good here. I've enjoyed it, and to be fair, they've been really friendly with us. You know, they've helped us out, and you know, if you want any of your kit brought round, they'll do it in the buggies and stuff. So yeah, if you haven't been here, I suggest you get down here because it's a nice little fishery, to be fair, and you've got a chance to get a few bites. So right, so I'm not fishing now for a week. I am on holiday, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to just chilling out, having a break, and yeah, recharge old batteries. So I'll probably spit your words out. Be out. Tell I'm tired. Be out the week after. Back on the syndicate. So until then, guys, keep them beer of the weeks coming in. Have a quality week, and I'll see you next time we're on the bank.
Right, so that's the end of the session then, and a bit of a cracking one, lads. Everyone enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Good. I think we've had about 36 fish out between us all, so yeah, not a bad little average, and quite a few 20s, so well done all. This year's winner is Jack with a lovely 30-pounder, so fair play. So Jack, here you go, mate.
Thank you very much.
You get a really joyful effort of having to pay 15 quid to get it engraved.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Yeah, been a great trip. And yeah, what a cracking fish to win it with.
Yeah.
So yeah, cheers lads.
Hello, mate.
Happy days.
That's enough for this year
done, mate.
then. So safe travels home, lads, and we'll see you all again next year.
Hey!
Cheers.
Well done, Hugh.
Cheers, Dan.
Nice one, mate.
Whose else is this?